The Bikeriders, from writer-director Jeff Nichols, finally rides its way into cinemas this week, after a lengthy delay due to the actors' strike that saw the film switch distributors from 20th Century Studios to Universal. I've now seen this movie twice under both studios, the first being last October during the BFI London Film Festival, when it was still at 20th Century Studios, and more recently with the Universal logo instead. But it's still very much the same film that deconstructs certain types of masculinity, and a pretty good one at that. The film takes place during the late 60s and early 70s in the American Midwest, where truck driver Johnny, played by Tom Hardy, starts a motorcycle club called the Vandals, made up of overly boisterous but ultimately harmless members who become more dangerous and unpredictable as the club transforms into a powerful gang. Crucially, the film is told from the perspective of Jodie Comer's Kathy, a woman who is initially put off by the obnoxious gang until she meets and falls for Austin Butler's brooding member Benny, whose fierce loyalty to Johnny and the thrill of riding his motorcycle is what truly drives him, no pun intended. Placing a female character at the core of an otherwise male-centric story was a stroke of genius, because not only does it present an outsider's perspective of the gang, grippingly represented by Jodie Comer and her heavy Midwestern accent, but it also presents an interesting antithesis to the overt masculinity that's constantly on display around her, with the character of Kathy taking an active role in determining whether this lifestyle is a good fit for both her and Austin Butler's Benny. He, incidentally, is a strong example of the type of masculinity being deconstructed in this film, with the character embodying the roguish loner type that was once seen as the epitome of masculine energy during the mid-20th century, as popularised by the likes of James Dean, whom Butler is very much invoking in a bright movie star turn if ever there was one. However, Benny also shows a number of toxic masculine traits, like creepily waiting outside Kathy's house until she relents, starting violent fights with rival gang members, and refusing to show real emotion until his motorcycling days are threatened. But Nichols carefully presents the character as a tragic case of being so caught up in what he thinks makes him a man that he's neglected his own sense of humanity, and it falls to someone like Kathy to return his ability to emotionally express himself in ways that he couldn't whilst hanging with the overly masculine crowd he's hung out with most of his life. It's part of what makes The Bikeriders a fascinating and well-executed 4-star study of late 60s motorcycle life and the masculine personalities that come with it, and I recommend you go watch it in cinemas where you can. Visit the Film Feeder website to read my more detailed review for The Bikeriders, but for now, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe to see more reviews, and I'll see you next time.